But then Felicity grabs the wheel and she realizes the steering is perfectly fine, and she manages to stop the car. But now Webster knows that his whole plan has fallen apart. There is no way at this point that he can access the life insurance money. Plus, at this point, Felicity now probably knows that he's trying to kill her. So he steals the equivalent of about $115,000 US from their joint bank account. Then he flees the country and he travels all the way back to Scotland. But by this point, New Zealand police, they've started investigating him. Because, he took all that money from Felicity and he tried to kill her. Soon, they learn about the death of Webster's first wife, Claire, back in Scotland. And that is when they realize that this is a pattern. And Webster was probably behind that murder too. And so they contact the police in Scotland and Interpol, and they start looking into all of this. While Webster, he has no idea that any of this is happening. And several years go by, and it's now 2004. And Webster, he's still in Scotland, and he's working at a local hospital. He's still a nurse. And that is when he meets this woman, Simone. And Simone is also a nurse at the same hospital that he works at. And so Webster, he ends up liking her. And so he goes to her and he tells her this bullshit story about how he has leukemia so that he can get close to her. And he shaves his head and he loses a bunch of weight and he does the whole thing to really fake this illness. And, it works. Simone feels really sorry for him and she starts taking care of him, and slowly they get close and they eventually start dating. And by 2005, he takes out a big life insurance policy on her because it looks like he's about to try and make his move and kill her too, just like he did his other wives. Until the Scottish police, who are still investigating him, they discover that he's been faking leukemia for years. So quietly, they approach Simone. And they tell her everything about the death of Webster's first wife and how he almost killed his second wife, and about how he's been faking his illness and that he probably plans to kill her as well. And Simone is like, well, f*** all that, and she leaves Webster immediately. Good for her. Then, in 2009, Scottish police have finally built up a strong enough case against him, and bam, they arrest him. And I don't have a mugshot, but here is a picture of him. And so ultimately, he goes to trial, and he's found guilty, and he gets sentenced to life in prison.